What's good, y'all? We got the NBA has a big bully problem. Video by you guys already know who, Jimmy High Roller. And yeah, we're gonna check this out. NBA playoffs still going on. More games today. You already know what's going on. And yeah, man, let's get into it. Here we go.
Throughout the history of the NBA, there have been countless great big men. Wilt, Russell, Kareem, Moses, Shaq, Hakeem, Duncan, Dirk, KG,
Big bully
and
problem.
for years the NBA was a league centered around the big man. In fact, 34 of the first 50 NBA MVPs were awarded to big men. But
Dang.
about 15 years ago, things began to change. The NBA began to shift to a more guard-heavy league, teams began to construct their rosters around shooters and perimeter players, and the once sacred big man began to slip further and further into irrelevance. For over a decade, not a single power forward or center was selected as the league MVP. Big men were used
bro.
almost exclusively as a
Dang.
distraction on pick and rolls. Things were looking bleak, and long gone were the days of menacing, game-changing seven-footers. But all of that is about to change.
Embiid, Greek Freak,
For this man right here. Oh my goodness. He just attacks that area.
Joker winning MVP.
Finding the shoot. Elevates, hangs, off the glass and in. Holy cow, what a play.
I mean, they are changing the game, those bigs.
Cleared for Tatum.
You know? They can, I mean, they handle the ball. Some of them can shoot. You know?
Seemingly out of nowhere, in a league full of three-pointers, positionless basketball, and the most skilled guard play we've ever seen, dominant big men have made a violent return to the NBA. The big man is back. It might just be better than ever.
Better than ever?
Today's video is sponsored by Keeps. Keeps is a subscription-based
Thank
service that
you,
focuses on
thank
making
you,
it
thank
easier and
you.
more affordable for men to treat
Thank
their male
you,
pattern bald.
thank you. Thank you very much. Do.
Eye roller. In 1962, Wilt Chamberlain set the
There we go.
gold standard for NBA big men and
Good
really
old Wilt.
NBA players in general. In a season-long record-breaking barrage, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points and 26 rebounds a game. Numbers that
50
still don't
and
make
26.
any sense. His player efficiency rating
Don't
that
even
season
make sense.
was 32.1.
Don't even
For
make
decades,
sense,
this
bro.
record-high PER would go unmatched. And other than a few historic seasons, no one even came close to matching this. Here's a chart of the highest single-season
Goodness.
PERs from big men in NBA history. This is literally every great season from every great big man in NBA history. Here's
Wow.
Kareem's historic 1972 season, Bill Walton's
Not even
MVP
close.
season,
They don't
Charles
even
Barkley's
come
MVP
close,
season,
bro,
Shaq's incredible
to Wilt.
2000 season, the best season of Tim Duncan's career. They're all here. And here's Wilt's 1962 record-breaking
Sheesh.
season that earned him a PER
Gosh.
of 32.1.
Look at that PER,
Now, here's
bro.
Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid's PERs from this season. Three of the most efficient and productive seasons of any NBA
Wow.
bigs in NBA history, all in the same season. We are talking about a magnitude equal to that of Wilt Chamberlain's prime seasons by three separate big men
Wow.
in 1 year. Not only is this level of dominance from three players absolutely unprecedented, it's statistically unbelievable.
And they're all in the
Countless
playoffs.
greats over countless seasons, and these three young
That's
stars have
crazy.
topped all of them simultaneously. The 2022 MVP race
Wow,
has been
bro.
quite possibly the most wide-open race of any in recent history. From DeMar
Heck yeah.
DeRozan to Stephen Curry to Kevin Durant to Ja Morant, about a dozen players have gotten considerable talks for the MVP award this season. But by the time it was all said and done, three players were clearly ahead of everyone else. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. Now, is it a coincidence that
Three
all
best
three of
bigs,
these
bro.
players are towering big men? Maybe. But there's a distinct gap between them and everyone else for a very good reason. In fact, outside of Jokic, Giannis, and
Wild.
Embiid, here's the list of players to
It's
average
wild.
at least 27 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, and 4 assists for a season in modern NBA history. That's it. That's the whole list.
Dang,
Literally
bro.
nobody. And yet, somehow, Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid all had averages above this.
What? What the heck? Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, just take a second to look at this, y'all. That's ridiculous. This is for a whole year, bro. This is for a whole season. Oh my gosh.
Stat line this season. We are talking about production
Wow.
from big men that we've never seen in the modern NBA.
Wow.
But it gets even crazier because since 1976 there have only been 2 players that have averaged more than 30 points and 11 rebounds a game for a single season. Moses Malone in 1982 and Shaquille O'Neal in 2000. And both of them won the MVP
Whoa.
in those seasons. It's a stat line that's so difficult to achieve that it's virtually a surefire way to be named the league's most valuable player. And yet, both Giannis and Embiid averaged more than 30 points and 11 rebounds a game this season, and neither of them are likely to win the MVP award. These guys are putting up prime Shaq numbers, and because of how stacked the league is at the moment, both of them will come up short
Yeah,
of the MVP.
NBA is
And it's not like these
ridiculous
guys are
right
putting
now.
up great numbers on bad teams.
Let's
Both
be
the
real,
Bucks
NBA
and
is
76ers won more than
ridiculous
50
in
games
talent.
this season and earned top seeds in the East.
I mean, it has
Giannis
been, but, like,
continues to put up insane
You got
numbers
guys like
as the
Ja
most dominant
Morant
two-way
just
player in the
coming
league.
out of
Joel
nowhere,
Embiid
stepping
became
up
the first
the
center
way he
in
has.
22 years to win a scoring title with an offensive game so refined you'd think Hakeem Olajuwon was his biological father. And Nikola Jokic pretty much broke advanced metrics this season on his way to becoming the first player in
wild.
NBA history
Wild,
with 2,000
bro.
points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a
What?
single season. Now, if y'all can recall, it wasn't long ago that the best big men in the entire league
What?
were second class to the best perimeter players in the league. Within the last decade, players like David Lee, Tyson Chandler, Andrew Bynum, DeAndre Jordan, and Al Jefferson were making all-NBA teams. I mean, don't get me wrong, those guys were all good players at their peak. But fast forward to today's
But I
NBA,
mean,
and you have to
these
be
players are
damn
just-
near an
they're
MVP
just more
caliber player
skilled.
just to make an all-NBA team as a
Like,
big man.
Joker
To find dominance from big men
can
like
shoot
we saw
from
this season, we have
3.
to turn the clocks all the way back.
You know, he
to the
can-
90s,
he's an
back when the
unbelievable
NBA was
passer.
controlled by bruising 7-footers. David Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal,
gets where
Karl
he
Malone,
wants whenever he
Patrick Ewing,
wants.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles
Got
Barkley.
an amazing
Now,
touch
how's
around
that
the
for a
rim.
league
Then
that is
Embiid
stacked with all-time
can
big
block
talents?
shots,
And these weren't
athletic,
just the best big men in the NBA 27
can
years
hit
ago.
shots,
This was
can-
the MVP
can beat people off the
leaderboard
dribble,
for the
can score in the
1995
post,
NBA season.
can hit
And
from
just
mid, can
look
hit
at
from
their
3.
numbers. This is absurd. Nearly all of them are averaging a
wild.
25-point double.
And then the Greek Freak is just unstoppable, literally unstoppable going to the rim. Like, you can't stop him from driving to the rim. It's crazy.
Who came in 8th
It's
in
crazy.
MVP voting that season.
When he
Can you
decides to
even
get to the
imagine if
basket,
best guard in
when the Greek
entire
Freak
NBA
decides to get
was
to the
regarded
basket,
as
to the basket,
eighth
bro, it's
most
just
impactful player in the league.
pretty much game over.
Well,
You have to
that
double
was the
team.
NBA nearly 3 decades ago. And although the quantity of dominant big men
It's
isn't
wild.
quite as deep as it was in the 90s, the quality certainly is. Nikola Jokic has quickly become the best playmaking big man of all time. His basketball IQ, his vision,
those
his
3
ability
guys
to
are just
manipulate the defense on
unbelievable
all
players,
3
bro.
levels makes him the ultimate
We all
threat
know it.
at all times. There's truly never been a player like the Joker, and his one-of-one skill set has single-handedly carried his team to the playoffs and has made him the league's most valuable player. Giannis has been so dominant.
Kinda
for
reminds
so
me of,
long
like,
now that when he
Sabonis,
drops
Jokic,
40 and
but, like,
15 while being the best
probably
defensive
more
player on the
skilled.
court, it isn't
You know?
some sort of headline. And if his freakish length
Stayed
and athleticism
stays
didn't make him
healthy.
impossible to guard, he's now added a mid-post game to his arsenal that makes any defender look absolutely helpless.
Oh my
We are
gosh.
talking about a player with the imposing physicality of a prime Shaquille O'Neal that can also bring the ball up the court and Euro step his way to an easy bucket. This shouldn't even be a thing, but Giannis Antetokounmpo made it one. And Joel Embiid has mastered his offensive game to the point where he doesn't have a single weakness offensively. Shots that were once reserved for the league's best shooters are now well within the bag of a 7'2", 300-pound behemoth. Players this big usually have trouble just getting up and down the court. Meanwhile, Embiid has the defense doing gymnastics as he expertly crafts his way to 30 points a night.
He's
All three of these
unbelievable.
big
All
men
three of
each
these
with their
guys are
very own
unbelievable,
unique
man.
games. None similar to the others.
Nothing else to
and
say,
yet,
really.
all of them identically as forcefully dominant.
It's wild.
And to demonstrate just how historic this season
They're
was
all
for these three
dominant
players,
in their own way,
I'll
you
leave
know?
y'all with this. The 45 Club, a club exclusive to only the most productive players in NBA history. Combine a player's points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game for any given season, and if that
What?
total exceeds 45, they were playing in all-time historic territory. Now, throughout the history of the modern NBA, this has happened just 23 times. It was first accomplished
Look
by
at
Moses
Westbrook.
Malone in 1982, followed by some of the greatest seasons by some of the greatest players
MJ.
in NBA
MJ did-
history. Larry
sheesh.
Bird, Michael Jordan, Shaq, LeBron, Kobe.
4
Westbrook had
times,
a ridiculous
LeBron in
total
there.
of 52.7
LeBron in there a few times.
2017.
What, 3,
and most
4?
recently, Nikola Jokic joined the 45 Club just
Wow.
last season. This list of
Westbrook,
players and their
Harden,
best seasons is
Greek
peak
Freak.
NBA on full display. But if we remove all the players who aren't big men, we are left with just 4 players across 6 seasons who accomplished this feat. 5 of those 6 seasons earned these players MVP honors.
Wow.
This season, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid all joined the 45 Club. And yet,
Sheesh.
only one of them will go home as the league's most valuable player. The big man is back, and it may just be better than ever. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always,
Man, the
until next
stats really kind of blew me away. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The stats of these guys just blew me away. I did not think. I mean, I knew they were putting up amazing numbers, but just seeing it and like seeing the 3 of them like and comparing them, like, it's mind blowing, bro. Absolutely mind blowing. Hey, but let me know what you guys thought about this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.